Welcome back to the vlog. We have a fantastic monsoon clutch for you guys today, which we love the monsoons. We showed some a while back and we managed to actually top that previous clutch. Thank you so much to Ship Your Reptiles. They ship our reptiles. They want to ship yours to 40% off. Be sure you check them out. Let's dive in and check out those babies. So the pairing for this clutch was a pastel Mojave calico het monsoon. We bred it to a stranger double het moray clown. This is actually another clutch where we are showing once again that moray and monsoon are the same or at least compatible, highly similar mutations. We ended up with 3 hets in the clutch. We'll look at those because they have some awesome het monsoon markers. Okay, so we talked about this in our last monsoon clutch, but the monsoon project actually has some funky looking hets and just a little bit of a visual marker on the hets to let you know that they are het monsoon. Now these 3 are 66% het monsoon, so just statistically 2 of the 3 should be het and 1 shouldn't. Generally speaking, het monsoons, they have a little bit of a different pattern, but that's really hard to quantify. It's hard to explain because every mutation has a slightly different pattern and every combo is going to be a little bit different. So seeing slight differences in the pattern can be really hard to check out, but one thing I always look for is really narrow eye stripes. It seems like the het monsoons definitely have that, and the monsoons have extremely narrow eye stripes. So this pastel here, I would say, is probably not going to be het. It's just very standard looking pastel, very pretty yellow with kind of that purple head. But the eye stripes, if you'll see on there, are just very standard. They're very standard thickness and weight and very normal. Both these other ones actually have the really narrow eye stripes that I notice a lot on the het monsoons. You see how there's really like almost painted on like eyeliner there. That line going straight through the eye. They're very, very, very narrow. And then of course the pattern is just a little bit funky. We have a Mojave here and a calico. So you can see the difference between those two genes just in their simplest form. The Mojave of course has these cool little flames and it's just very kind of like Mojave desert, like the kind of desert type colors. And then you have of course the calico, which has that bubblegum kind of pink coming in the sides, and just this is a really neat mutation. We don't see enough calicos. And actually this one has a little bit of an awesome little ringer there and paradoxing there on the tail. So kind of a cool little extra feature in this animal. So we ended up with 2 amazing visuals in the clutch, the pastel monsoon and the calico stranger monsoon. All right, so even from a het to het pairing, we ended up with 2 amazing visuals, great odds. We have the pastel monsoon, which of course you see the pastel, which brings in all the yellow, and then the monsoon brings that just wild pattern, you know, spots all over the snake. This one almost has some interesting kind of like blushed out marks on the back where parts of it is kind of blanked out. You have the monsoon pattern and then a blank spot, kind of a very interesting kind of combination there in this one. This is a boy, 50% het clown as well. And then the really cool one in my opinion in this clutch is this stranger calico monsoon. Also a moray monsoon combination. And we made something like this actually in a previous video. We showed you the stranger moray monsoon. So this one is just a little bit different, and this one has calico. It actually adds some really awesome pattern to the sides, gives it a little bit more depth, a little bit more color. So I just love how complex the snake is. In a lot of ways, at first glance, it just looks like a kind of a blank snake, but as you look closely, that dorsal has some amazing pattern through the stripe. It actually has a lot of pattern coming to the sides. I believe this is the calico bringing all these like kind of pinkish spots throughout the side, so it has a lot more depth to the pattern than just the regular stranger version. And check out again those narrow eye stripes that we were talking about earlier. Look when it actually gets to the completely visual monsoon, you have just the most narrow sliver of an eye stripe that's left. It's a very interesting kind of feature, and it's interesting that that kind of carries through a little bit into the hets as well. The best part of the snake is actually in the tail. It seems like the monsoons in the tail just really have a lot more complexity in the pattern as it heads down the back of the dorsal there. All right, so tell me in the comments below, which one do you like better? Do you like the bright yellow in the color with the more heavy pattern, or do you like the complexity and the depth and kind of almost the mystery of the stranger monsoon? Let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, thanks for watching. Love that project and can't wait to see what it brings in the future, especially if they end up being het clown, because the clown version of it is insane. We'll show the one from iRes. That's what we're really shooting for right now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll check out the next one.